Power357radio.com. Every Saturday night from 9 to 11 p.m. It's the late night luncheon. You dirty bitches.
It's time to get your lunch on with the frat boys on Power357radio.com. You dirty bitches.
Slim, you lunch.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, B-boys and B-girls, pimps, politicians, pickpockets, and punks, you're now tuned in to the Late Night Luncheon every Saturday night from 9 to 11 on Power357radio.com. This is the Frat Boys, You Dirty Bitches.
Views and expressions in this broadcast are those of the frat boys and allegedly do not reflect the views or positions of any entity they represent. You dirty bitches.
What up, Lord? You already know what it is. It's your boy, Skrillazilla Raw. And what I want y'all to do is grab your vices and turn up your devices. Cause it's that time again.
What?
Frat boys, make some motherfucking noise.
Yeah. What's up, you dirty bitches?
Check.
Yeah.
What's up?
Check the melody.
What up, Breeze? Who we got in the lunchbox?
Oh, man, we got a bunch of motherfuckers up in this joint this evening. First, I want to talk about my man, Skrillazilla Raw. He up in this bitch. What's up, Skrilla?
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
That's right. Also, I got my man, Buck Master Tracks. What's up, Bucky? Buck. His mic is muted, and he's a dirty bitch.
Oh,
Right,
I'm
also-
sorry. I'm trying to share the show, motherfuckers. Share. That's what
That's
we're
right.
supposed to be
Tell
doing.
him, Bucky. Yeah, and also I got my man, the R to the E to the N to the O. It's the dirty one. My
Yo,
man, Reno.
what's up with you?
What's up, Reno? What's happening, dog? What's poppin'?
Chilling, man. I can't complain. Dirty Harry in this motherfucking system.
Hey, who else we got in this motherfucker? Is that Ethel? What's up, Ethel? What's going on, Shawty?
Ain't not much.
All right, damn, she got a lot to say. All right, Bud the Red. Damn right, got to have a J-O-B. All right.
Fuck with me.
Sing it, you dirty bitches. All right. Hey, hold up. Where's my man UFO Zoe? Where is he at, man? God damn it.
He'll be back.
He teleported.
Oh, he teleported? Oh, shit, he'll be
He went
back.
to the 6th dimension.
Oh, man, he's astral projecting and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Astro.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, listen. Also, we can't forget about everybody's BFF. It's my man. Everybody's a BFF. DJ Bubs Beats. What's up, DJ? What's poppin', Nuku?
What's good? Hope everybody's feeling good and doing good, man. We're waiting for G Major, to come pop in here.
My man, the birthday
You know
boy.
what I'm saying? We got UFO Zoe is back.
My man, UFO Zoe is in the building. What's up, dog?
Yo, what's going on, people?
Man, good to
Live
see you.
and
Good
in the flesh.
Good to see you. Oh, he talking about flesh.
That's crazy
Oh,
because
shit.
it says you're muted, but you're not.
God damn. he talking about
Sinners.
flesh.
Well, right now, dude, my shit is having connection issues. I was wondering if anybody else is having some problems.
Oh, nah, we good, man. We're going to work that thing out, dog. Hey, listen, my man UFO Zoe looking like the Grim Reaper this evening. What's up, dog?
Oh, shit. Dog.
Hey, Thriller, what we getting into this evening, dog? What the fuck is going on?
Well, let's just start with this. So I just got back from the movies, man. I saw that new movie Sinners. That everybody's been raving about. Has anybody seen that shit?
Nope.
I saw
Is it a racist movie? Them crackers
I
did
sure
it.
have.
Them crackers did it.
So I mean, this is what I'm gonna say about the movie. I feel like Zoe was in the movie.
For real?
No bullshit, dog.
No. I'm gonna tell you, man. So the movie, everybody's talking about how great the movie is, right? Everybody's like, "Oh, it's so great! It's the greatest movie ever." Hey, yo, it was cool. I don't feel like, and it could be, you know what I'm saying? It could be, that I'm white, but but it was cool. You know what I'm
just
saying?
don't understand.
There was a lot of racial tension in the movie because it was from 1932. You know what I'm saying? And that's not usually my cup of tea. You know what I mean? But the movie itself, and I know Reno can talk about this too. The music
Yes.
aspect was fucking awesome. It was fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, not only the soundtrack of it, but there's certain parts in the movie, and I like I always say, I don't really want to give it away, but there's there's a part in the movie where I would say he's probably the main. I would say he's probably the star of the movie. He's a young guy where he's playing the guitar, and the actual like room that he's in is like transcending through the ages.
Yeah.
So while he's playing fucking blues music, like there's fucking like hip hop DJs, everything, because it's
Cavemen.
almost as if he's opening up a portal. And that,
Okay, so hold up, man. Fuck
that's
all
just
that,
crazy.
man. Is it a motherfucking zombie movie or what?
Hey, check this out. Hey, this is Reno right here. With the movie, what I got from it, my perception.
We don't see you, Reno. Where you at?
Hold on, man. Hold on. It revealed the demonic shit that goes on in the fucking music industry. That's what I got. That's what I got from
Ooh,
That's what I got from it.
go deeper. No Diddy, but go deeper.
Hey, Zoe, can you back me up on that, Zoe?
Oh yeah, I mean 100%, because the whole quote unquote aspect of what was his name? I may say this wrong. I think it's his
white boy.
No, his last name was Johnson. He was the black guitar player that was supposed to be young in the movie.
Willie Johnson?
Yeah, the
Yes,
man that
exactly.
sold his soul. He's the first
Exactly.
nigga to
You know
sell
what
his
Willie
soul
Johnson
and
is,
shit.
don't you?
Yeah.
Exactly. The first musician to
Crazy,
sell
because
his
you know
soul
who Willie
to
Johnson
become
is.
a masterful fucking musician.
That's Reno's real name.
Did you see what the white zombie said to him at the end of the movie? He
said,
grabbed
so
me.
it is a zombie movie.
He said, we want your songs. He said, we want your songs.
Songs, black boy.
Right.
That's what he said.
It's always a racist shit with
Right.
black movies, man.
We want your songs.
It's
because
always
your
some
music,
racist element to the shit. Like, why
your
the fuck is
music
always
is powerful and will bring us more
that
followers.
shit don't sell? I don't
Yeah.
even want to see the shit now.
One of the biggest movies now.
Fuck that movie.
Did I
They
see
said
a
it's the
different
greatest-
movie? They were vampires. Where the
Yeah.
fuck are we getting this zombie story from?
Well, that's
Yeah,
what
they
Zoe
talking about-
said.
Yeah,
I
they
like
they all in the same to me.
They
You're
were
not saying
fucking
zombies,
vampires.
man.
My
Bullshit,
bad.
Doc.
It was
They're
Reno. My bad.
vampires.
My bad.
They
Okay, it
consume
was
human
vampires. They
flesh
was
and
sucking
blood.
blood, man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
exactly.
I knew this broad, man. She was a vampire, but she
That
was
shit was
sucking dick.
that shit was zombies
She was
because
like
they was
sucking
they
mean
were,
dick, Joe. You know what I'm
dog,
saying?
they were dying and they were coming back demonic, so that was zombie. They were zombies.
Train the shit out you. You know what I'm saying?
After they were bitten, they're literally
Yeah.
vampires.
She better not
But
bite
they-
my shit.
But they didn't go for the neck though.
Let's go to
He's
Factor.
charmed.
What did they go for?
Anywhere.
Anywhere else, be like, look here, bitch. If you gonna
Yeah,
bite
any
something,
type
bite
of open
that.
flesh.
Dog, it was a lot of fucking in that movie too. It was a lot of fucking.
Lot of fucking?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a lot of fucking in that
Come on,
movie.
With a
bitch.
name like Willie Johnson, I bet it was.
Come and get this dick,
Willie
bitch.
Johnson. It's Willie Johnson.
There definitely was, yeah, there was some
Let's play
fucking.
some pocket
Yeah.
with Willie Johnson.
The bitch was riding the Bama and killed him while she was riding him. I'm like, damn.
It wasn't no pocket pussies back in them days, Joe. You had to fuck.
It wasn't no pocket pussy.
Right, exactly. It wasn't, you wasn't playing with yourself. You was
You
playing
had
with
to
somebody
fuck.
else.
Willie Johnson.
Now, but I think, you know, what the movie was really, you know, it touched on was like
What? The
like
racism?
great. Well, no, definitely the racism, but
Touch
not.
on the Willie Johnson.
But the basically what it was every, you know, era there's a musician that has the ability to basically open up like a
Your asshole.
portal to, you know,
Your
another
asshole.
world, and that was really what it was all about. That's why the vampires wanted him, because they knew that he had the ability to open up the portal to be able to bring other vampires into it.
So was he able to defeat the vampire?
Man, I don't want to give the whole movie away.
Yes
shit,
or no,
you know what I'm saying?
goddammit? Was he able to get rid of the vampires? Everybody done seen the movie except me.
Some vampires,
No,
some
this time the
vampires
black man
got. You know what I'm saying?
But
All they
you-
doing is
hey,
fucking, huh?
Hey, Breeze, I must say, this time the black guy got away.
For
One
real?
of the black guys at least.
All right, I'm out. Fuck that.
Definitely.
Hell yeah.
That's a great aspect of the movie.
You know the thing that got me the most about the movie, and I don't know how many people focused on this, but so like I said, this is 1932. You're in Mississippi. One side of the road.
Prohibition.
Take that cotton, nigga. They was picking cotton in that motherfucking everything.
Yeah, but
30
not as
pounds a day.
slaves. But not as slaves though. That was their
Sharecropper.
jobs. Yeah.
Sharecropper.
You gonna
So-
pick this cotton?
Yeah, afterwards.
So this was during Jim Crow and segregation, and one side of the road was like all like the shops the white people went to, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the other side of the road was the shops like where all the black folks went
Yeah.
to.
All
You
the
know what I'm
niggas.
saying?
Right.
And on the side of the road with the black folks, you know what I mean? They tried to rob fucking Michael B. Jordan and shit. You know what I'm saying? But
Michael
the
Jordan was in
craziest
this movie.
Not on the white
craziest
side.
part, the craziest part of it all was the Chinese people were the ones that was running the stores on both sides of the road.
Sounds like today.
Explains
Right.
that the plot revolves around a musician.
Oh, that movie showed you a lot of a lot of jewels and nuggets all through.
A lot of yesterday and today.
But here's the thing: is that true? Did the Chinese people really used to run stores back in 1932?
They run the shit now.
Well,
You
we
pay
know they
now,
run
black
the
boy.
shit now.
Hurry up and pay you bitches.
Oh, they've been here for a while. They've been in America for a minute.
But it was crazy the way that they would do it, though. And like I
We
said,
don't
it's
have no
weird
Martin
that
Luther King.
Oh,
It's
we
weird
were
that
running things back in the day. We were running things. We were running things all over.
Oh, that's right. Bucky knows. Bucky knows.
but his,
told the
his
Chinese.
grandma,
We took
right?
over the world with chop suey.
His grandma's a chain.
I heard karate was fake too, man. They put that motherfucker in there with them MMA motherfuckers and he got his ass whooped.
Buck turned into General Soul. Snap.
Chicken.
Oh man, talking about MMA. Oh my God.
Misa General Soul.
Talking about MMA,
That's some good chicken.
how many people saw that fucking Beyonce concert?
Oh. Damn, dog. Hold up. Tell me about it. Because I didn't see it.
That was TNA.
So we got the video for this. I don't know.
Stop.
I don't
Bubs
know.
didn't tell me this. Bubs did not tell me we had a
I
video.
don't know if we're ready for it or not, but we got the video for this, and we
Are
can
we ready,
show
bro?
you motherfuckers.
Hold on, give me a
Hold up. They was fighting at the Beyonce concert.
At the Beyonce the first stop of the Cowboy
Oh, this it
Carter
right here?
concert.
Uh-oh.
Hold on,
Oh, they in the hallway.
It's not on yet. It's not on yet.
Oh, hold up.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it was. I'm not sure if it was in Los Angeles or Texas. Hold on. Here we go. Bubs has started screen sharing. Now look at this big motherfucker with the cowboy hat on.
Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. She ain't gonna swing back. Oh, look at the fan.
Oh shit!
Get your big ass up. Oh, damn. Look at her. Get your big ass up. You started the shit. Get your big ass up. Big nasty ass. Get off the floor, ho. You're dirtying up the floor, ho. Look at this shit here.
Breeze, is that you?
Look
Is
at
that you?
Look at this shit.
Look, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. I don't know if 100 men could beat a fucking gorilla, but them bitches, they gonna give the gorilla a hell of a motherfucking fight.
Hey, listen, man. Soon as you push one of them bitches, they'll fall right over, just like the fat bitch did. She fall right over.
Is it just me, or did that fat bitch look like a man?
She did look like a man.
Man,
She
baby.
did look like a man. She fell right over like a bitch though. So
That might
that's
be
a
one of
bitch
them
man.
trans
Yeah,
jumps.
it's a bitch man. Yeah. Yeah, Bucky, what you think about that, Buck? Man, that was some wild shit, right?
Well, I definitely think that fucking place probably had a lot of food when the fucking show started, but
Oh,
they were
yeah.
probably running out. That's what the fight was about. Them bitches
Mhm.
fighting over hot dogs and fucking.
That bitch took my cake.
Shit. They weren't fighting about the music.
You ate all the chicken.
Oh, the honey mustard.
Hey, Bucky, I think you nailed it right there, dog.
I think that's why Tim McGraw didn't want pop in his country.
He said, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that bullshit.
That was a big ass bitch, dog.
So hold up, what did Beyonce had to say about all this shit? Bitches fighting at her concert.
That was a big ass bitch.
That's
God
supposed to be a
damn.
classy like type of shit. Beyonce's supposed to be classy, right?
4,
What's up
5
with this
Bronco
ghetto shit,
bitches.
man? What
Rest
did
of them.
Beyonce had to say about this, Skrilla?
Hey, I ain't heard nothing, but I'll tell you
God
this
damn.
much: that wasn't country, that was crunktree.
No bullshit,
She
man.
like
That-
the Little John of country and shit. What?
Shit, Beyonce don't give a
Yeah.
fuck. She like, them bitches paid their money. I don't give a fuck what happened.
As long as I get my show money.
Funky bitch.
I feel
Shit.
like Jay-Z might have paid the bitches to fight and shit,
Shit,
just
I
to bring a
heard-
little bit more press.
Shit, I heard ticket sales was short.
Oh,
You hear
wow.
about that shit? Yeah, I heard the ticket sales was short. Like, you know, usually she sell out, right? You know what I'm saying? But don't nobody want to see her dancing with her corny ass retarded kids.
And country music style and shit.
That's
Yeah,
some
but
cold
that-
shit.
But you know the thing is, the country music, that album's not really a country album. It's got a couple of country style records. That shit's a farce.
It's just a
Maybe she should've
crunk.
had that one dude.
Crunk
with the,
album.
The country, the Old Town Road. They should have had him opening for her. That would have brought the ticket sales.
Yeah, in a fucking ball gown.
Yeah.
Look,
That's
man,
what it
fuck
is.
all that.
Look,
Fuck all that.
hey,
Let's get
look,
our
you-
ratings up. Hold up.
look,
Let's
you
get
hit a
our
point.
ratings up, okay?
Look,
All
you
right.
hit a point there.
Let's talk about them motherfucking kids, yo. Let's talk about them motherfucking kids, all right? The
I ain't never
oldest one.
seen them.
What's her name? Blue Ivy? That bitch,
Nah.
she ain't got no emotions, dog.
I mean, look who her parents are.
Have you ever seen her smile before? Like, hey, how you doing? Have you ever
I
seen her
mean-
smile before?
Have you ever seen Beyonce smile? I mean, like, really? I mean, come on.
Hey yo, Breeze, I'm laughing like shit because you know what, dog. And look, I'm not defending that shit. But yo, my little niece, she is the exact same way, bruh. She's, dude, she's
She don't
growing up
smile?
to be, bruh. She's growing up to be a beautiful young.
Uh-oh, we lost him.
We lost.
That nigga must be on the road or something. He lost him like shit.
He looked like he in a cave.
He's about to say some heavy shit too, and we lost him, man. That fucked it all up.
You know, he looks like he's at the fucking at Stonehenge and shit,
God
getting
damn.
ready to fucking wash
Zoe's
out
probably
back,
is.
Zoe's back,
He
Zoe's back.
probably is, man. He probably.
Continues though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Who
Yeah,
you
yo,
saying,
I'm
dog?
sorry about that, man. Like I said, I'm having connection issues for some weird reason. But yo, I just think that's a symptom with the new generation, dog. They're just not impressed by shit. Cause my little niece, like, yo, look, I'm not saying that my sister is rich or she big wheel, but my dude, she travels all around the world, like spending like 2 or 3 months in Europe and shit like that. This little kid has taken pictures in the Louvre, out front of the Eiffel Tower,
Damn,
Yo,
we lost
he's
him
got the
again.
wildest
Hey, man,
fucking
fuck all
connection.
that, Zoe. Zoe, fuck all that. Something wrong with her. Just like something wrong with Beyonce daughter. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like Zoe
need to go
is
take
using
that gal.
Cricket Wireless.
Take her to get some counseling or something. You know?
I'm back.
Hey,
So look,
take that gal to get some counseling, just like Beyonce need to take her daughter to get some counseling.
right. Hey, fellas,
Something
long
wrong
story
with these
short,
motherfuckers.
she's
Something
not
wrong with
impressed by shit.
Do you know what the problem is? The problem
What's
is
the
they've
problem?
they've been getting too much for too long. If you notice that your kid doesn't have emotions, you need to smack the fuck out of them and see if they cry. If they don't cry, you might want to put them in the motherfucking nut house. Send them in there with MI.
Hey, I'm with you, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Because-
So,
You gotta
Go ahead,
have
Skrilla.
emotions, man.
Yeah,
If you
got
don't,
to.
I mean, look, even Elmer Fudd, Elmer Fudd's got emotions
No
in my
bullshit,
background.
man. I mean,
He said that he fucking caught that wabbit.
you know what I'm saying? I'm saying, main man felt them shotgun blasts, and you could see it.
You can see it. Look
You
at
know,
him.
yeah. That's Elmer Fudd.
Yeah, that's AI Elmer Fudd and shit. That's what Elmer
Cool.
Fudd would look like if he was a real person.
Yo, why don't you get on AI
I
and
was
say,
scared that was a
listen,
movie.
what does Skrillazilla look like in AI? That'd be some wild shit. Go to Chat GPT right
I
now.
don't fuck with that shit. That's
Hit
all
that
y'all.
shit up, dog. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Bubs, go to
Well,
Chat
send me a
GPT
picture.
and say, what
You know what I'm
does
saying?
Skrillazilla raw?
If you send me a
What does
picture,
he
I'll
look
do it.
like?
I'm gonna combine Skrill's face with Godzilla, and we gonna come up with something funny.
He gonna have glasses on, blowing fire.
And it could be some cool shit as simple as that.
God damn, your motherfucking background cool as shit.
Yeah, no bullshit,
Y'all
right?
like this background? Y'all like the way it looks?
That shit look
Like
cool
this?
than a motherfucker, man. That shit
shit
cool as hell.
Then a motherfucker.
I just learned something, man. I just learned something.
Bubs
Oh,
is
yeah,
over
what
here
you learn?
fucking around
How
and
to do
shit.
this?
He over
Oh,
here
okay.
fucking around. He's fucking around. My man.
Give myself a round of applause.
Everybody's
Give myself a
BFF,
round.
DJ Bubs Bees. He be rocking this motherfucker.
Invited to lunch.
Damn right. Hey, man.
You know what though, but I'm gonna
What's
tell
up?
you this.
What's up,
I
y'all?
think that what we saw in that video
Uh-huh.
was what happens when you get like the city hood rats
Mm-hmm.
with the new country motherfucking rats, right? Because the new country rats, like you know, they doing meth. You know what I'm saying? Them motherfuckers is knocking over fucking mailboxes
Yup.
and fucking smoking meth. I mean, that's what the fuck they do now.
I seen
man.
them. I seen
The
them.
country is not like it used to be. There's not like the manners and shit that used to be in the country. That shit's out the fucking window.
Straight meth now.
The straight, they do two things: meth and motherfucking died off them pills.
And fight at
That-
Beyonce concerts.
That's country living.
Gotta do that. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta do that. If you go to a Beyonce concert, you better be ready to brawl.
Have your brass knuckles.
Have your motherfucking brass stuff. And,
what
and
I'm
the thing is, it doesn't even matter.
I'm
It
getting ready
doesn't
to go
even
to
matter if
concert.
your kid is with you.
Hold
if
up.
your kid is with you, you better use that bitch as a weapon.
Right.
That's all
hold,
I'm saying.
Hold up, Ethel, what you talking about over there?
I'm getting ready to go to
Ethel.
a concert, not this Monday, but the next.
Damn,
Oh,
you got
you gonna be there?
Beyonce money,
You going to
bitch.
Beyonce?
No, I
Damn.
don't see no Beyonce. I would never go see her. I don't like her. I'm going to see AC/DC.
AC/DC.
Ain't nobody fighting no AC/DC concert. Y'all
So what are
motherfuckers
they
got
opening up for
rheumatoid arthritis.
Beyonce or something? You know, that's the opening act and shit.
Wow.
Like
Oh, damn,
Y'all
shit.
motherfuckers ain't doing no fighting. Y'all got fibromyalgia.
AC/DC sound like a bunch of electricians
No,
and
if
shit.
you
Like,
heard,
what the
if
fuck?
you heard some of their music, you would know who they are.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you something.
What's up?
They ain't on the highway to hell no more.
There you go.
Them motherfuckers is in a wheelchair to hell.
Oh,
I
bullshit,
can
dog.
believe
They almost there.
It's gonna be real good.
Bike lane to hell.
Be on the highway to hell.
Can't
Six
wait.
gargantuan chicks fighting over chicken nuggets.
No bullshit.
It's just like Led Zeppelin. They not on a stairway to motherfucking
Yeah,
heaven.
what? It's gonna be a FedEx deal. Do you think I'll be able to smoke?
They on the motherfucking lift chair to heaven. They can't even walk up the stairway. The motherfuckers so old.
So what's up with them bitches at the Beyonce concert, man? They ain't had no niggas with them.
Ah man, that dude. That's Beyonce's concert. This is what
Nothing
Beyonce
but
concert.
bitches.
This is what it
Bitches and
brings
gay
out.
dudes.
Exactly.
Bitches and gay dudes.
And
That's the
I
queen
wish Spade
bee.
was here. I wish Spade was here because it, like Spade
He be going
says
to the
every
concerts?
week. No, but he says
Oh.
it every week. This is those bitches that I don't need no motherfucking man. I can do good on my own.
Do it by
Like,
yourself at the
I
Beyonce
can do
concert,
it by
then, bitch.
myself. I don't need no man. I can raise a man. I can do what the fuck I want. That's Beyonce's beehive.
Funky bitches.
Don't get stung.
Hey, look here, Skrilla. I totally agree with you. You know what I'm saying? You can profile bitches. You know what I'm saying? If you First meet a bitch and you think she okay, ask her, is she part of the Beehive? If that bitch say she part of the Beehive, man, run. You know what I'm saying?
Get the fuck out of there.
Get the fuck out of there. Just get the hell out of there. Don't even fuck. Just get out of there. You know what I'm saying?
Jordan Peele needs to make a Get Out about fucking Beehive members.
No bullshit. No bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's true. If
is.
you find out that a bitch is a Beyonce fan, get the
Run.
fuck out of her.
Run.
Her head fucked up. She
Yep.
thinks she better than you. I mean, you talk about feminist. Oh my God,
She
she's
spent
on
her
another
rent money.
level.
She spent her rent money on the motherfucking Beyonce tickets.
So how the fuck you gonna spend
Funky
your
bitch.
motherfucker? How the fuck you gonna spend your motherfucking rent money and your kids' grocery money and shit
They don't give
just so
a fuck.
you could go see some funky bitch walk around and like a peacock with a stank ass?
But look, she got a man though. She got a man, but they
She got a man, and she's subservient to that motherfucker.
all my single ladies. All my single.
Now, how the fuck does that make sense?
Bitch, you got a man.
Your queen is subservient.
Yep.
Your queen bows down to her king.
Suck my
And
dick,
y'all
bitch.
like, I don't need no man. All I need is Beyonce. All I need is Jesus. Get the fuck out of here.
But Beyonce
bitch.
sucked his dick, bitch.
Is something echoing, y'all? Something's echoing, isn't it?
Somebody's got their fucking Twitch up.
That shit crazy as hell, yo.
Yo, let's do this.
What are we about to do? What are we about to do?
Is Major ready for his sunny moment or whatever?
G
the fuck
Major's
he's
in
supposed to
here?
do? Sunny days.
G Major's in this
might be breaking
motherfucker.
up. I don't know.
G, what's up, G? Oh, my
We
man,
breaking
Shirt
up.
Game.
Shit, I ain't even know we was together.
Dog.
Yeah,
What's up,
I'm
Shirt
driving,
Game?
so I don't know. I'll probably be a little choppy. I don't know.
Okay.
All right,
well,
well, we
yeah,
might gotta
man.
come back.
We gonna
when
work with you,
ain't
Shirt
as
Game.
choppy.
We gonna work with you.
Or
You got any passengers in the back of the Uber?
You
got
sound
some
kind of
bitches.
low, Buck.
You got some
Nah, ain't
hoes
no
in the back. You ain't got no bitches tied
Got
up in the
some
back.
holes in the back. Got some holes in the back. Got some
Alright.
holes in the back.
You know where they at. All right. Skrillazilla. What's up, Joe? I don't like this uncomfortable silence. You know I
Let's go
hate
do some
this
music
shit.
real quick. I'm gonna reset because I sent him some topics and shit. So we're gonna go to some music and reset. How's
Okay, well, let's do that, man. Power357radio.com. We'll be right back, you dirty bitch.
Onisada.
カニの爪あさるひとつひとつカニの爪あさるひとつひとつ
I used to live on Campbellton Road, Atlanta, GA. Worked at South the Cab Mall, cooking wings all day. Lived through 3 freak nicks while I banged out beats, and I broke down with pushing music in the streets. 2 years later, NYC, summer '97 hip hop history. Making music through the barrels, just a kid from West V, bad boy on the radio on that new Jay-Z. Used to ride through Manhattan, just banging my shit. Me, Blue Santana, West Indy, Big Fish. Off the back of the truck, I got my first MPC in Brooklyn. Now I'm cooking with Grace. Plant my flag in Dove V in 1999. Sound Vision is the crew, storytelling with the rhyme. Universally, we screaming motherfucking West V. Good food, good people, and we got those good trees.
カニの爪あさるひとつひとカニの爪あさるひとつ
Yeah, yeah.
ひとつ
I arise from the depths of DC, leaving tracks in MD. Now I move through mountains, making tracks in WV. Initials are ME. Maybe you've heard of me. Used to go by Enigma, now it's a mystery. History I've rewritten from going slapping the spitting lines I'm delivering on beats, rhymes, low endings. Blood, sweat, and tears from peers trying to reach tears. Things I've seen from years of hanging with mountaineers. Oh, way to pivot from how I was living different. Told you to listen, you didn't, so now I'm livid. It's not like I'm speaking a language you couldn't get with. You just haven't opened your eyes to see the vision. Should've seen in 2020 I'm the one that's ascended. Now everything sucks and you schmucks are codependent. It's the eye of the storm that I warned you before. Cause by 2024 I want what's mine and yours. Enigma.
カニ
Power357radio.com. We are Late Night Lunchin, baby, every Saturday from 9 to 11. You dirty bitches. Okay, so what I want to do right now, I want to play this video. And
It's the audio to the video.
Okay.
Audio to the video. Okay. Well, I mean, okay, audio to the video. I want to play this audio to the video. And just to give you a little context, so basically what we're going to be hearing is about a new way to go to prison.
A new way to go to prison.
So if you fuck up, you know what I'm saying? And
What
you
is it,
fuck
an
up
air
royally,
taxi? It's an air taxi?
I mean, we're going to find out, and then we're going to talk about this shit, because that's what we do here on Late Night Lunchin. You dirty bitches.
That's true.
So let's go to the audio.
I already know what it is.
Taxpayers' dollars on the prison. They say with this new prison, they can save money for health care, education. Also, they feel that it will be so many reformed people that doesn't commit crimes. Y'all leave in the comments and tell me what y'all think about this. Do y'all think this is actually going to work, or do y'all think that they're creating something that they don't even know that they're creating?
Well, she didn't say, but it is.
Okay, so basically what it is, I remember this story from earlier this week. So basically what it is, instead of you going to prison, let's say that you committed a crime and you're supposed to go to prison for 15 years.
Right.
Instead of you going to prison for 15 years, they basically put you into some kind of pod or maybe a lazy boy chair. I don't really know, right?
They put a chip in your brain.
Well, she showed some kind of pod, but basically they put a chip in your brain somehow, whether it's virtual or whatever, right? And what it does is it makes you feel like you've served that 15 years. And not only that, it's supposed to reform you.
What? And how long?
I'm not buying it.
No,
6 minutes?
No, minutes.
A minute.
In just minutes.
Right to jail where it belongs.
So if you were going to jail for 15 minutes, I mean, fuck you. If you were going to jail for 15 years, you would sit in this chair or you would have this chip injected into you for 7 minutes. And within 7 minutes, all of the horrors of jail would be inputted into your brain.
I think they need to go to jail.
Or downloaded into your brain, most likely.
But it not only does that, it actually fixes the problem of you as to where, well, I don't want to say fix the problem, but it makes you a good person.
It makes you a better person, exactly.
Really?
Now,
It rehabilitates.
yes, it's supposed to rehabilitate you. Now, this is the thing. I don't know how many people are watching this right now, but there's a show. I want to say it's on Peacock. And it's called The Hunting Party. And this show is basically about the worst serial killers in the world. And what they do is they say that the police killed the serial killers and they take them to this rehabilitation center called the Pit. To me, it sounds a whole lot like this topic that we're talking about now.
The Pit.
The Pit. Yeah, if you haven't watched this show, I recommend this show. It's called The Hunting Party. If you like these types of shows like the SVUs and stuff like that, The Hunting Party is a great show. Okay. Anybody that was watching the show on Netflix that was about the plane disappearing?
Oh, yeah. What was that?
Flight 371 or some shit?
Yeah, but I'm trying to remember the name of the show. I'm drawing a blank on it right now.
It was Manifest.
Manifest. So anybody that watched Manifest, the sister from Manifest is the star of The Hunting Party.
Yeah, I think I saw a commercial of that.
It's a great show, and it reminds me of this. And the reason I say that is on The Hunting Party, basically what they did was they ran all of these different tests and all of these different experiments on the worst killers in the world.
Okay.
And what they tried to do was rehabilitate him. So what happens on this show is that there's this large explosion and the worst killers in the world get loose.
Okay, I heard about this. Okay.
So now the girl from Manifest is trying to capture them
Yes.
one by one.
Right, right.
And to me, when I hear this story of this chip that's going to make everything hunky-dory, I feel like it's going to be the same shit, right? Somebody's going to fucking download the opposite. Another perfect example. Remember the movie with Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes?
Yeah, yeah.
They were supposed to make Simon
Sandra
a
Bullock.
good person.
Yeah.
Remember fucking Wesley Snipes with the fucking Cisco hair and shit?
Yeah, he was a bitch in that movie.
Remember, he was supposed to be a nice guy. Demolition Man. That's what it's called.
That's it.
He
You
was
couldn't
supposed to
curse. You couldn't
Right.
curse and shit.
Exactly. But then all of a sudden, he was the same motherfucker because someone inside of the group was crooked and they freed him. And they allowed him to upload his old self. I mean, to me, this is not a good idea. I think that if you do the crime, you should serve the time. You shouldn't serve 5 minutes and become a better person.
I don't know, Skrilla.
Okay, well, go ahead, chime in on it.
Okay, well, I want to say this. I'm saying when it comes to shit like that, I'm saying, man, just give them the fucking death penalty, dog. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? What they got served time in prison for?
Yeah.
What you got to reanimate them for? Just give them death, get them the fuck out of here. Stop their DNA.
But that's not what this lady's talking about. This lady's talking about putting them in jail for 5 minutes, making them better people, and then throwing them back on the same
How is the
streets where they
family
just
supposed to
ass
feel?
raped your
That's
kid.
what I say. What about the family?
Yeah,
You have
what
to-
about the family?
Let's be real about the shit and let's set emotion aside.
Okay.
And if it really worked, if it really, like, honestly, let's just assume, this is just an assumption, let's assume that it was perfect and it worked perfectly. Okay? It made them actually feel what they happened. But most important, it reformed them and made them a good person.
I don't give a fuck about them, what they are.
We're eliminating emotion here. We're eliminating emotion here.
Well, Bob, you cannot eliminate emotion from the family that was affected.
Hypothetically, I'm saying just hypothetically here,
Are you
in
going
our
to put
space
a
here,
chip?
in
Are you
our
gonna
space.
Put a chip?
Never
No,
mind.
but hold on, Bob. Are you going to put a chip in the mom's fucking head that this fucker done fucked her kid in the asshole and fucking cut his throat?
Because I'm just creating a hypothetical situation right here in the space we're in now. That's all I'm doing right now. I just want to create that space, not saying that the other space isn't valid and that other space it actually exists and the one that I'm talking about doesn't. I'm just saying that. That's all. And in that space, I would say yes, because it makes things better. The person is better. They're a better human being. They already feel the pain and the anguish of doing all that time in prison because that's programmed inside that chip. So other than emotion, where does it hurt?
I think they would have to move them because it's not right that the victims' families have to actually see that person living a good life.
That excludes that. If we're excluding emotion, that excludes that.
No, you can't do that.
Exactly.
In a hypothetical situation.
He's just saying hypothetically. That's all.
I'm saying hypothetically, you can't just bring the person back, say they killed.
He's just looking at the law of it.
You can't put
people just don't want to look at that part.
No, this is what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. I think that in this situation,
out the window for emotion.
I think that if you rehabilitated this person, you would have to also relocate this person. Because I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Right here in my tiny town.
Send them right to Australia.
Right here in my tiny town, our mayor, she hired a convicted rapist. Right?
Lesbian.
She hired a convicted rapist, and of course, he served his time. He's a better guy now, right? He's not raping bitches no more. That's not what he's doing.
He's raping the mayor.
To this day, the woman that was raped by him, when she heard that he was able to live a regular life, he was able to have a job. And look, I understand he served his fucking time.
How much time did he serve?
I don't know. Say 15 years. I don't know. Let's just.
Damn. For raping a bitch?
So he served his time, right? He was in jail since he was like 16 or 17 years old.
God
Supposedly he raped this bitch because it was a gang initiation. Him and his buddies had to rape the bitch so that they could join some motherfucking Latino gang.
That's
shit,
corny.
right?
That's corny.
That's what they do.
You gotta rape this bitch to join.
You gotta rape this bitch. This is what the fuck you gotta do.
Like, oh nah, man, I'm good, man.
Raping, killing, that shit's fucked.
So
Yeah.
basically, when he was able to get a job, in the public, they gave him a shot, right? This lady was mortified when she found out because he happened to work in her cousin's neighborhood.
What?
So when she found out from her cousin that the guy that raped her was now the guy who was fucking trimming the trees and filling the potholes.
Oh, he was doing that already.
Damn.
He was already doing that shit. He was trimming the trees and filling the pothole.
He was fucking mortified, right?
Yeah.
Now let's look at it like Bub said. Let's take the emotion away.
Yeah, let's
if you take the emotion away, he served his time.
Okay, 15 years though?
But at the same time, this
7 minutes.
This woman is still scared to go outside because not only was she raped, but it was one of the most brutal rapes in the history of Maryland.
For real?
And 15, let's just say you can't even put the amount of years on that she's going to feel that 15, 20 years down the line. Unless she like really digs deep and gets rehabilitated. She going to feel that shit too.
So what I'm
15
saying,
years or 1 year or 2 years,
why don't they
or
have a
7
chip
minutes?
for her to rehabilitate her goofy ass?
that's what I'm saying. So if you can't if you can't chip the person that the criminal hurt, then you need to relocate the criminal. Perfect example.
Let the criminal stay in jail forever.
No, Bubs.
And rehabilitate the broad that got raped.
Exactly, and that's the
all I'm
whole
saying.
thing. If you're going to
Send them to Australia.
if you're going to give them time, but see what they're trying to do is they're trying to do away with the time, and this is what I was thinking, right? So now it's like this big thing. It's this big thing. Even
No diddy.
Trump. So Trump wants to take the criminals
Yeah.
and he wants to put them in El Salvador
Cool.
because I guess it's cheaper.
Yeah.
Now this is my thing.
Fuck 'em.
And I'd like to talk about this.
All right.
I'm going a little off script.
No, it's cool.
But if it's costing the government so much money to lock people up, right? Then how do privatized prisons make money off of it?
Because the government pays them.
Yeah, the government pays them
$50,000 per prisoner to house
every
them.
year.
And they only give them $10,000 worth of food throughout the year, and the rest of the money they keep.
They got to pay for electricity and overhead and shit. But private
guess.
prisons is a fucking scam, and it is a huge joke.
Yeah.
And it's the fucking desecration of hip hop.
Bob Barker.
That's literally what it is. Hip hop is what it is today because of private prisons.
Yep. Private prisons.
Exactly.
Great place.
Private prisons, man, is a huge problem because,
Yeah.
it started like it didn't start, but it escalated in 1985 on the West Coast. 83, 84 in the West Coast when they introduced crack into the communities and shit. So they needed fucking criminals to fill these places up. So it's the same fucking concept. They got prisons over there. And if you look it up, from what I saw online, They have released a lot of their prisoners out of that prison, and they need to fill these motherfuckers up.
What is this, San Quentin?
No, I'm talking about the one in El Salvador.
I thought they was up in. It's 70,000 motherfuckers in there.
I'll look it up.
70,000.
How if it's a private prison or not, and it probably is. It probably is a private prison. So they got to fill this motherfucker up.
Everybody that got a tattoo went to jail.
So okay, hey Trump, you're my buddy. I'm the president of El Salvador, which I was quote unquote democratically voted, but we all know that was some fucking bullshit he was placed in. Hey Trump, you're my buddy. You know what I'm saying? We need to fill this shit up. Send us some fucking people, and we pay for that shit too, right? When we send them down there into those jails, it's not like you send them down there and somebody else is paying for the whole shit.
No,
you're
right.
Sending them motherfucking money.
We're here too. We pay a lot more money with them being here than we do there.
We get them motherfuckers a couple of $100 and it's good.
About imprisoning people. What does the Constitution say about this? I don't know.
Fuck them.
The Constitution says you can kill people in the fucking pursuit of happiness.
Window lately.
The
Constitution say right to bear arms.
That they have the right to due process. Due process is
I'm talking about imprisoning somebody in a foreign land for what they've done in crime in the United States.
Send them to the moon.
That shit is some wild ass crazy.
They're illegal, but they do have.
No, I'm not talking about illegals because he did mention. He said, maybe we could do our homegrowns this way, and I could pull it up. I could pull it up.
He's talking about murderers, people that.
I don't care who they are. If they're American citizens, they need to be here. Then that's some wild.
Exactly.
Send somebody to another country. That's some wild dictator ass fuck. And y'all talking about communism?
Send them to Guatemala.
Guatemala, exactly. That's
he's 100% right. He's 100% right. He's 100%
y'all
right.
talk about America? That's not American.
That's true.
That is not American. That's not what America does.
Send them right to Guatemala.
Other countries
Bob
to be
is
fucking
100% right. Let me tell you this. I've always told people this. I've always said, look, our criminals are our criminals. Because people always say, well, we want
to throw the Mexicans out for being criminals out of our throat. We want to say other people are criminals.
Well, that's
it's all
the thing.
about money. That's what I'm trying to say. It's all about greasing the pockets of your cronies. That's what this is about.
But this is the thing. I don't think constitutionally we can export our criminals. I don't think that is lawful, right? But at the same time, I do want to say that a lot of things that are going on, like people are always saying, well, he can't do that to the immigrants without due process. But
it's in the Constitution.
They're not American.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't state American. It does not state American in the Constitution.
I can pull it up. Due process is you get a hearing in front of the Secretary of State. The Secretary of State decides if you go or not. That's what due process is.
Okay, but none of them got it.
That would be Marco Rubio.
None of them got it.
Marco Rubio.
Or very few. Let's say very few because I don't know, but very few got it. They just sent him away without due process, and that is against the Constitution.
Criminals, they shouldn't have been here anyway.
I understand, but it's the Constitution. So fuck the Constitution. Let's just throw it out the window just because you want to change.
No, because Marco
change
Rubio
the Constitution. Then let Congress vote on it. Let Congress vote on the shit. Change the Constitution. But as of now, it is a violation of the Constitution, and also the First Amendment of the freedom of speech has been fucked lately. If a motherfucker says a certain concept or something that somebody does not like, you want to fucking defund them and take them away?
Like
Are you fucking kidding me? That is censorship. That is censoring the media, and that is against the Constitution.
What are you talking about? If somebody says something you don't like,
it defunded PBS and NPR.
It's not what they say.
Why? Because he did not agree with the topics and what they say. It's on there. It's documented fact. That's why he did it, because he didn't agree with it.
Well, they're on HBO.
Well, that is against the Constitution. That is shutting the media up.
They're not media.
They are media. NPR is definitely motherfucking 100% media. 100% media.
I mean,
I think it.
I'm good and pay for them. That's tax dollar money.
Yeah.
Can I cash it?
Yeah, I think that's the whole thing about that. It's not that he's shutting them up. It's the fact that he doesn't need to fund them.
But that is shutting them up because they have to have that funding to exist. You know, for real.
You think PBS is going to get the funding?
Listen to me, real quick. Okay,
go ahead.
At my job, luckily, about 4 to 5 years ago, we didn't qualify for the CPB, which he is fucking taken away. And it's not just PBS and NPR. It's any nonprofit organization that deals in media that gets the CPB funding. And we used to get it. But people fucked up. We didn't get it. But I'll tell you this right now. We're lucky. Because if we were still depending on that money, right now, I would be out of a fucking job. Me. I would be out of a job if we still depended on that shit. And I know people who work at NPR that depend on that shit for their jobs to exist. Fucking UPS is fucking firing people, bro. People, tens of thousands of hundreds of thousands of people are losing their jobs right now. And if you have any fucking sympathy for just the human fucking existence at all, you would understand that this is not fucking good because people are hurting. People are hurting bad just because somebody wants to line the fucking pockets of their billionaire cronies. I'm done.
You think that's your opinion?
No, it's fact.
No, it's not. It's
I
your
can
fact.
pull up how many people have lost their jobs.
And
no, people are definitely losing their jobs. I agree with you 100%. Go ahead, Ethel.
And I know somebody at NPR who is losing their job because of this. Me personally. And the fact is, I would be losing my job if my job still depended on CPB. Plain and simple, I know this for a fact.
bro.
That's not opinion.
So let me ask you a question. So you think that the government should...
Would you give a fuck? Would you give a fuck if I lost my job because we depended on this shit?
No,
and he
I
took it
get
away?
what you're
Would
saying,
you give a
but
shit?
what I think is that PBS is going to find funding by doing a telethon and that they're going to continue doing business as usual. I could be wrong, but I think what I'm saying more than anything...
They're not going to get a percentage of what the government funding was.
So how much do you think the government funding was?
They
Because
were
I want to know.
getting probably at least $30-40 million a year. At least. That's probably on the... I'm lowballing.
Okay, so...
money.
So you feel like that the government should be funding this?
Yes, why not? They've been funding it since its existence.
Okay, I mean that's
it's publicly funded something. They're nonprofit. Nobody's greasing the palms, but people have jobs and are getting paid and taking care of their families. There's not somebody at the top who's greasing their pockets.
No, I understand what you're saying, but I think that goes into the whole
government
thing.
funding should go into the people, not into fucking taking over fucking other people's shit, i.e. the fucking military. There's so much money that could be fucking saved by cutting other shit, and we would be okay. But now they don't want to cut that because their billionaire cronies won't be billionaire cronies anymore.
You can never cut the military. I mean,
no, I'm not saying cut it, but actually they have cut some of the funding with that as well.
But they shouldn't. They shouldn't.
Yeah, they
especially
should.
now.
They should not be. They should not have a couple hundred military bases around the fucking world, especially over the Middle East where they don't belong.
No, but I'm saying right now, especially
and it's not
with
the soldiers who are getting money. It's not them.
No, but I'm saying right now with this whole situation with Ukraine and Russia, especially now the Ukraine, you know, and we can roll right into the next topic, where Ukraine is now, you know, giving the United States a percentage of their mineral rights. We need as much military as possible if we're going to go up against Russia. Because if Russia is not willing to stop attacking Ukraine because we're receiving something, we have to police that
If you have to do that, yes, okay, I understand that. But there's a lot of military around the world that we really don't need other than being in certain positions and taking certain minerals and rights. Minerals.
Like Space Force. We don't need fucking Space
we are
Force. What the
taking,
fuck?
you know, when we go into Africa and we take all kinds of shit.
I mean, that's I don't know about that.
Why do we
can't
have all
speak
these
on it.
bases in the Middle East? Why? They don't have bases here. Let's just say our allies. Why don't our allies have bases here in the United States, but we have bases in their countries?
Because we don't.
our soldiers need to fuck.
They need us.
There
We don't
actually
need
are bases here. I believe France has a base
Where's a
here.
German base?
Google it. It's true. It actually exists.
France got a base here.
Yeah.
I believe
Germany's
so.
got a base called Wiener Schnitzel.
Yeah,
It's a fucking base.
Let me look it up.
It's
It's
called
in Mayo.
Canada. It's called Canada.
A military
talking,
base,
Breeze.
an active military
I don't know what the
base
fuck
with
it
fucking
is.
jets, fighters, military, like with their fucking guns.
They need us. We don't need them.
That's bullshit. We don't know. They need us to go in there and help fucking take shit.
I don't know.
But just because there's a base there doesn't mean that they're fighting
We
or anything.
occupy there. We occupy it. We
Send them to
everybody else doesn't
Guantanamo
have it.
Bay.
Yeah.
When do you see German soldiers just walking around, downtown or whatever, going to work?
Yeah.
I don't.
They work on base.
I see American soldiers, especially on certain lines, like going through the military joints where they go out to the Pentagon and stuff like that.
All right. So here's Google. There are no independent foreign military bases within the United States. However, the U.S. military bases may host detachments of foreign militaries and are often used for training foreign military personnel, particularly pirates.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Pilots. I meant to say pilots, not pirates. We're not
so that's
training
the Air
pirates.
Force. That's on the Air Force base. Yeah,
So
that's
I mean, this is the thing, Bubs. You know as well as I know, if we go to war somewhere, we place a base there.
And
You know
stay
what I mean?
there
Because
forever.
we want to
But
make
stay
sure.
there forever, though. We don't leave.
I know. We want to make sure the shit don't get back the way it used to be.
Except Vietnam.
It's like, who are we? Why are we the fucking world police? Why?
We are the world police.
No, we're not. We're the world takers. We're the world dominators. We're the world destroyers. We
Colonizers.
destroy shit.
I don't feel like we colonize.
I mean,
We would take China if we could.
yeah.
If we, hey, I
whole
think we
world is
should take China, but Xi Jinping
Is the
ain't
whole
going
world
for
not
that shit.
Americanized? Every place that you go, pretty much, if you go to different countries, why is the American dollar accepted? That's colonization, my brother.
I would actually say that the world is more Europeanized because we're becoming more like Europe than they are
You
becoming
can't.
like
I don't think you can go to
Europeanized.
Thailand. Just to say Thailand. I don't think you can go there with a euro and spend the euro. But I know for a fact you can go there with American dollar and spend it.
No, I think you can spend a fucking euro anywhere. Euro is
Oh,
worth
no. You
more
can't
than
spend it here.
anything.
You can't spend it here. You can only spend American dollar here. And
Well,
another
that's
thing.
good.
That's another
Fucking
thing.
euros are
That's
worth
what I'm
so
trying to
much
say.
money.
So it's not. We haven't colonized economically. We've colonized the world.
But euros are worth more than fucking dollars.
Yeah, and you can't spend them here.
That's good. Keep that shit over there.
Okay, well, why can't we keep our shit over here?
I mean, normally
That's
we can
economic
use,
colonization. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Or am I wrong?
if you go to Europe and you spend $1, it ain't worth the same amount as a euro.
No, it's not. A euro is
just
like
saying.
I
$1.60.
know it may be
Exactly.
worth more or less. I'm not sure. It goes up and down.
Yeah, we don't want them to bring their euros over here. Their shit's worth more than ours. They need to keep that shit over there. That's like when we take our dollars to fucking places where there's pesos and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, funny thing is, when I went to Jamaica, since we're talking about dollars, we went to Jamaica and they got their own money, right? I don't know what it's called.
Hooray beer.
It's called
fucking
British money.
So we got our dollars turned into Jamaican money.
The pounds.
Because we were told that,
Euro.
well, you know, if you do that, you know, you can save money, right? Because they're excited. They're excited when you give them some of their money, right?
Yeah.
So we had some bellhops, and the bellhops took our, you know, they took our baggage to our hotel.
Damn.
And we went to, you know, tip them with their Jamaican money.
Right. And they said, "Fuck y'all, motherfuckers."
Damn right they did. Fuck you talking
this
about,
bullshit?
Nazi boy? What the fuck you
What
doing
is
with
this
this bullshit? They were so mad. The guy
God
basically
damn.
said that the money I was trying to give him was only 50 cents
God damn.
American.
Bumbleclot.
He said, "I want the fucking dollar, you fucking botany boy."
He's like,
I
white
said,
boy,
"Just
you
take
get the
the
Reggie
dollar.
weed.
Just
You
take
get
the
Reggie
dollar."
weed.
I'd be like, take this edible and get the fuck up out of here, man.
So, I mean, I get what Bubs is saying, but at the same time, like, I'm American.
Right.
And by me being American, I'm pro-American.
Hey, yeah.
I don't give a
Gotta
fuck
be.
about Europe. I don't care
pro-human.
about
You
the fucking
can't leave.
German.
You can't leave.
I don't look at that. I don't give a fuck about a country nationalization type shit. That's just me. I'm for humanity, like humans. I'm for things that are alive.
Let's just live.
You know, I'm a nature guy. You know, I don't even want to fucking step on a bug.
Peace and blessings.
I'd rather get the bug and throw it out the window than actually kill it and throw it out the toilet. So, you know, I'm more about the human thing than I am a
Yeah, that
natural
motherfucker's
thing.
gonna die.
You got to go.
Because when all is said and done, all that other shit is man-made. Actually, you know what I'm saying? Nationality and flags and patriotism and all that from all these countries and people of that. It's all like man-made and it's based off of emotion and things like that. But when you really deal with the real shit, when you deal with, you know, just respect for human people, respect for nature, respect for just life in general, respect for it and have caring and understand for it, you know, all that patriotism goes out the window for me.
Okay.
Okay, so let's do this your way. You open up the borders, right? You open up the borders.
You can't do that right now.
No, we're doing this your way.
You can't do that right now.
You're the president
It
right
wouldn't
now.
work. It
You're
doesn't
the
work.
president.
It
So
doesn't
we're
work.
No, you're a humanitarian. Now just listen. We're hypothetically doing this.
Okay.
So we open up the borders.
All right.
All these people are hurt.
I
They're
wouldn't
not
open them
doing
up,
well.
though. I wouldn't open them up, though.
They're not doing well financially.
He's saying hypothetical.
They all need motherfucking welfare and Medicare.
Yep.
So what I'm going to do, because now I'm Joe Biden, okay? I'm going to raise your taxes and I'm going to hire 85,000 fucking IRS agents so that I can make sure that I can audit every single person to make sure that I can raise your taxes.
Right. Yep. He did it the wrong way.
You're cool with that?
No, he did it the
That's
wrong
all
way.
I'm saying.
I didn't say that.
Hey, did I jump in at the right time?
You're giving me a hypothetical situation that I'm not
Did I
cool
jump
with.
in at the
No.
right time, Mike?
No, I'm not cool with that. What I would be cool with is actually cutting stuff where it really needs to be cut. And before Hooligan got in here, let me back up about maybe 1 or 2 minutes, Hooligan.
All right, hold me down, bub. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'll explain to you what I was saying. You know, we were saying about patriotism and nationalism and being proud. I'm saying, me, that stuff, fuck all that shit. I'm more about, you know, humanity. I'm more about life in general, whether it's a bug on the floor, whether it's a human, you know, things like that. Because all of that other stuff is man-made and it's based upon emotion. So I don't deal with that. I don't give a shit about like flags and red, white, and blue and none of that. You know, I just deal with like trying to respect life in general. So that's where we are with that. Okay.
Oh, you know.
So what he was saying, what Skrills was saying, you know, that was a hypothetical situation. But no, what I would do if I was the president, I would cut things where they need to be really cut, where they really need to be cut. And I would be able to take care of the country and take care of the people the
What
right
needs
way.
to be cut? Israel? Cut Israel.
Well, I would call it the Department of Offense because we haven't been on the defense in probably 100 years.
They did cut
Cut
they did.
Israel.
I know, tremendously cut it to where I would cut it to where so much to where you wouldn't have to pay the taxes like he would try, like Trump wants to do. Everybody would be taken care of. People wouldn't have to pay the taxes, so their taxes would have to go to things that they don't really want.
Yeah,
even though it does help all humans, you know, they really they don't want it because some people cheat, you know. But it does help humans. But anyway, I would cut things in that aspect. I would definitely put a tax rate that would properly tax people based upon how much they make.
Taxation is theft.
I understand that, but that's what we're dealing with right now. That's what we're dealing with right now. The
problem is,
if I could take it away, I would take it away. But then again, also, I would put limits on profits. Okay, I would put limits on profits.
The minute that the government realized that they could tax people and put money into their own pockets, everything goes out the window.
And no doubt. But that's where we
talk about this. I mean, we should not be. Everybody's pissed at Doge, and I like it simply one thing. We should not. And I will agree with you in this aspect, Mike. We should not be sending a single fucking dollar out of the country of the United States as long as we've got one kid that goes hungry in our country.
And that includes, and that includes, like we were speaking of before you got here, having all these fucking bases around the fucking world that we really don't need. Let's bring the soldiers home. Let's defend our land instead of fucking over there defending other people's fucking shit and taking other people's shit. Bring it home. Let's save a lot of money.
I look at there is a thought process on having the bases around the world. You got to remember something too.
It's called economic colonization. We were talking about that earlier.
Well, but after World War II,
damn, you give it a term.
Yeah, after World War II, we basically became the humanitarian everything aid of the entire world.
That was an illusion, and we know that. That was an illusion to say we're coming to help, but we're also coming to take.
Well, no. The issue is that they basically said we got our money. They want our money. We've been supporting Europe's freaking defense structure for the last 50 years, 60 years. And, so yeah, Sweden can have a great freaking economy and a great healthcare system because they pay nothing for national defense because they know Big Daddy America's there and has economic interest in their country, so nobody will mess with them because Big Daddy America doesn't want to do it. Economic colonization is an absolute thing, but you got to look at it this way. Until, like you said, all this shit, $20 million for fucking Sesame Street to teach freaking Sesame Street in freaking a country that fucking hates us. All this shit, $100,000 for freaking figuring out how to.
But were Americans getting paid for it? That level, I know there was. I mean, was PBS was Sesame Street people? Were the Sesame Street people getting paid for that?
It was being fucking funneled overseas.
So they were taking the money and paying it so it would be like distributed on their networks and shit.
Yeah, it's like money laundering. That's what it's called. Money laundering.
Exactly.
Damn.
And so is some of our defense money.
That U.S. that was being sent to other countries was laundering fucking money.
Yes, 100%. Yes. And a lot of our defense money is laundering, going to these big corporations who make these bombs, who make these fucking airplanes, who make all these fucking cars and Jeeps and all that shit. It's all money laundering.
In times of war, that is very true.
But it's legal. But it's legal money laundering.
So as a government employee, I've been on and off for the last 35 years. I'm the most anti-government employee there is, and I understand that my paycheck comes from taxes. But I will also say that we never look to cut money. The entire thing is if you don't spend your money, you lose that money. So the entire government process for the last however many hundreds of years is, if you got a budget, let's just say we're $1 trillion. Well, if you don't spend that $1 trillion, well, then we got to give it back. So now they're going to sit and say, well, next year we need 1.1 trillion. So all these fuckers in DC and Trenton and Annapolis and all these places, looking for money. It's like nobody ever sits there and says, well, we got to cut taxes. How about we cut spending? How about we cut these programs that got, like I said, this is the bad time of the year for me because I don't know how many of you guys in here, I'm writing checks every year to the government because how much taxes I got to pay. And I think my record right now for 1 year, about 10 years ago, I probably had to not after paying.
The more you make, the more you pay until you start becoming a really wealthy person. Then you don't pay shit.
But here's the thing.
The Dr. Balls.
How dare you as anybody else? So here's my theory on this one, and I'm gonna do a 30-second rant, and then you guys can take it over from here. This is the taxation is theft. So if I sit there and said, how much of your life, Mike, do you owe me? So so taxation is theft. Money is time. Time is money, right? So we all go to work. We all put in 40 hours a week. Your time might be worth $15 an hour. My time might be worth $25 an hour. Bucky's over there. He's probably making $1,000 an hour with his things out there going there. So time is money, right? So how much time of yours are you willing to give me? So now let me put this into a different perspective. Time is money. Money is time. Life is money, life is time. You only get, remember that thing, you get 86,000 freaking minutes a day or whatever it is. So how much of your life do you have to give me so that I can live comfortably and feed myself and have welfare and child support and health care? So how much of my life, because you're not willing to work to the level that I'm willing to work.
Every Saturday night I give you 2 hours.
Huh?
Every Saturday night I give you 2 hours.
But I give you 2 hours back because we're in a mutually agreement thing where this 2 hours benefits you and benefits me and it benefits Skrilla and Bucky. It all benefits us because we're here as a group. But in the grand scheme of things, the shitbag down on the corner who does fucking nothing, who fucking gets the welfare and still gets a tax return back every year because they get the child credits and everything, that's where it's fucked up. I don't mind helping people. I hate funding the fucking lazy and the welfare recipients that are fucking lifetime.
Okay, so you have to pay your taxes, and that's fucked up. But if you're gonna pay your taxes, aren't you kind of fucking pissed off that these crazy ass billionaires aren't paying taxes?
They pay taxes,
but they do pay taxes.
They pay minimal.
You worried about the
they
poor
pay
people?
minimal taxes, and we know how they do it. Mike explained that before with the stock market.
But they do pay taxes.
Right.
Elon Musk paid.
They pay less percent taxes than me or you. They pay less percent taxes than me and you.
Well, because they don't have if they don't have physical money, they can't pay taxes on
Just
it.
like
It's a
Skrilla's
loophole.
boy, just like Skrilla's boy Hove say, I'm so rich I barely pay taxes.
Well, because when you talk about the capitalist society, when you go out there and let's just say you go out here, Mike. Let's just say this takes off, Mike, and this becomes a banger.
Are you cool with that? Are you cool with that?
Hold on, but let's just say this comes out here a banger. Next minute, hold on, let me finish this out before you go off the rails. But so why do you think? Hold on, let's do this. Why do you think the phone companies don't pay any taxes? Why do you think?
Tell us.
Why do the phone
Because they're the ones that build the infrastructure that the government relies on for everything. So Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, all these big internet companies and the cable companies, they don't pay taxes on the money. But what they do is they're investing billions of dollars in costs that the government doesn't have to pay to offset.
But you're not. You're saying as a company. I'm talking about the guy who owns the fucking company, bro.
But if you don't, but like I said, look at Elon Musk. Elon Musk will tell you he has the on record as being the
Elon Musk has gotten billions and billions of dollars from our federal government that has funded his personal private companies.
And they were loans and he paid them back. If you actually do your research,
they're government funded. Even under Biden, it was government funded.
Yeah, but he's providing a service that our government can't do
for his car company, bro.
Right,
we're not talking about just SpaceX. We're not talking about just SpaceX.
But they all do that. You all want government contracts, but that's the whole point. Get rid of the fucking.
So basically, what you're telling me is you're cool with these billionaires to keep on being billionaires and not being taxed at the same percentage or more than you. You're cool.
You know who I'm more concerned about? How the fuck Nancy Pelosi? Hold on, I'm gonna answer the question.
No, never answer that.
I'm gonna answer the question. Let me finish. I'll loop it around. He provides a service. He created a car company. And
I provide a fucking service too. Everybody, you provide a fucking
service.
Let me
jump in here.
A fucking service
hold on,
we all provide services. Just because they're not a service that you think quote unquote is bigger or better doesn't mean anything.
But
we all have a skill.
Hold on. Let me jump in here.
We all have our skill. We're all masters at what we do. Because I'm not a master at fucking people sending to fucking space doesn't mean that I should be taxed more than him. That's true. I should tax less than him.
But think about this.
It's so twisted, bro. Hold up, Skrills. It's like sometimes, I mean, for real, I'm just going to be real with y'all. Sometimes it seems like Y'all don't give a fuck about humanity. Y'all don't give a fuck about people. And it seems like y'all are falling into the same fucking space as everybody today, that all you're concerned about is your fucking bank account. Fuck people. I'm worried about my well-being. I'm worried about my well-being, and I don't care about nobody. And if that's it, that's cool. But just make it clear. Just make it clear. Don't hide behind shields. Make it clear.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Go ahead, Hooligan, and I'm gonna chime in.
Let me rebuttal. I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't give a fuck about nobody because nobody gives a fuck about me.
At least you're real.
And I'm gonna tell you what. You gotta say it. But I look at the business I've been in for a very long time. I see
a paramedic who doesn't give a fuck about people. That's an oxymoron, bro.
You want to know why? Because people ruin it. People suck. People
I know people suck. I don't like people, but I care about people. I don't have to like you to care about you.
I don't think that's what he's saying.
I don't have to like you to care about you, but I care about humanity. I care about people over man-made shit.
I think he's saying he cares about people. He just don't give a shit what they think about him, and that's the way I feel.
No, people suck. You don't care about those innocent ones that have been fucking sent away.
Above you do not care about.
You don't care about that. Just as long as the bad ones are gone.
I think this is the thing, right? So I care about my people. You know what I'm saying?
Who's your people? Americans?
Nah, I mean, I care.
Or your
care
boys,
about
or the frat motherfucking boys.
Care,
that's who your boy. That's who your people
boys.
are. The motherfucking frat boys and Ethel and all of us.
I care about the frat boys and I care about my family. You know what I mean? Because the bottom line, let me tell you something. Let me tell you what a guy told me one day. So I was talking to this guy, and he's an engineer, just like I'm an engineer. And I told him, I said, look, I said, the fact that you're an engineer, you should probably go to the schools in Southeast and stuff like that, because you're a black guy, and you can show all of the black kids that they got a chance in life. They don't have to listen to this victim shit. They got a chance in life because they can see you, the engineer. And you know what he told me?
What'd he say, dog?
He told me.
He said, fuck them niggas.
Exactly. He said, it's my job to take care of them. He said, it's my job to take care of my family. It's not my job to take care of them and their family. And I said to him, I said, look.
That's where we are as human beings at this point.
I said, I would go there, but they wouldn't get the same effect from me because they think that I've gotten where I am due to my privilege. But when they see you, they know that you got where you got due to your hard work because you're just like them. And he told me, fuck them. I got my own sons and daughters. And I say that because it's our job. It's each one of our jobs. Every single one of the frat boys, every single one of the fucking dirty twitches, to take care of our own. If you cannot take care of your own, you're
nobody else.
Okay, so what are you taking care of your own? Are you?
God damn right I am.
All right, so now you're able to take care of others because you are.
Hey, Skrilla, I need a couple of bucks, dog.
Now you're able to, now you're able to at least, I'm not talking monetarily. This ain't got nothing to do with money from your pocket.
The bottom line is, if me or you, Bubs, go to Southeast and talk to these kids, we are not from where they're from. They want to see someone like Breeze go down there.
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
Now, me and you want to go to Meth County, motherfucking
Hagerstown.
Georgia?
I'll give you a story on that one. Mike, you and I covered it.
I'll tell you a story on that one.
When I come back, when I grew up, started PG County Fire, I went to West Lanham Hills, Station 28, Truck 28, in West Lanham Hills on Annapolis Road, right? Or whatever that is. We were mostly a white volunteer station in an all-black neighborhood. We would pull up and, look at y'all boys, y'all make it.
Were all white. Let's get it clear.
Say again?
Most stations were all white, though.
Other than District Heights, Station 29 or 26 or 29, they were the Ball and Oxon Hill guys. But you got to remember something. The So here we are. We got you look at you guys, you making the big living. I was like, no, we do this shit for free. They're like, nah, you ain't doing it for free. I said, I would keep an application in my helmet and I would hand it to them, said, come on down, we need volunteers. How much y'all get paid? No, we don't get paid. Oh, fuck that, we ain't doing that. So you want me to come in and save your neighborhood, but you ain't willing to get up off your fucking ass to come out here and save your neighborhood or rescue your people.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna tell you,
Mike,
where I lost all faith. I'm gonna tell you where I lost all faith, and I'll shut my mouth up for the rest of the night unless something come up. So about 15 years ago, I was on a job. I get a call for a CPR or choking call. We're responding out to this fair, kids choking. We respond 2 minutes later, and now goes to CPR in progress. We're like, fuck. We get it there. We meet the squad en route. I got a kid. I'm gonna try to be as generic as I can. I got a kid in here who basically had taken a shish kebab, took the shish kebab, poked it in the back of his mouth, pulled it out of his mouth, and actually
David Blaine and shit and tried it.
Yeah. So he choked on the shish kebab.
Looking at his mom's pornos.
That was Friday the 13th. I saw that one.
We end up losing this kid. I can't save him. I basically, my total patient contact time with this kid was 9 minutes that night. We did everything we could. I actually broke some laws. Probably could have lost my medic cert from doing some stuff that I shouldn't have been doing at that time.
Did you put your finger in his butthole?
Did he die?
Nah, but I shoved my fingers down his fucking throat.
Damn, bro.
Did he die?
He did die.
Damn.
So I go to court.
That's
I get
some wild
sued.
shit.
I get sued 3 months later because the mom
killed him.
Exactly what it was. She sued the cop. She sued the volunteer first aid squad, and then so all of a sudden I come out. I go to get deposed, and here I am. I'm like the number one litigant because I'm the one that sued the kid. And mind you, I also work for the medical examiner's office at this same time, but in a different county. So I end up speaking with the doctor, the pathologist, who I know very well, in my working, and we run down the whole thing. And he basically, the pathologist, like, you did everything you could possibly do. There was nothing that was going to save this kid, but the way he actually pierced his throat. So I start getting deposed by the mom. Now I'm going to try to be a little bit vague here, just so I don't get in trouble. But so basically, this is a 16-year-old kid who's about the size of Yas. Big fucking kid. Mm-hmm. At 16 years old, he's probably 390 pounds.
All right.
So the mom was not there. The mom was not there. And all of a sudden, she's like, you killed my baby. So I go to this deposition, and so the lawyer opens and asks me an open-ended question that I'm not allowed to respond to. So I'm looking at my lawyer, and I'm like, can I go? He's like, you can go. So I looked at the mom in the deposition. I said, where the fuck were you at? I said, you're in here suing me for my total time involved with your son's 15 minutes, and that includes response time to his house and to where I was at. I think my phone is done. Okay. So 15 minutes total time. 9 minutes, this kid was in my hands for his life for 9 minutes. You're suing me to take, and I was getting sued for millions. They want to take everything. I said, you're suing me for everything. I said, where the fuck were you at? Why was your son at a park basically by himself, unattended? He's 16 years old. He's a minor. I said, why was your 16-year-old son 390 pounds and morbidly obese? How come you never told your son how to eat a shish kebab? And I just fucking went off. Within an hour of me in my deposition, I was stricken from that lawsuit because they didn't want me to testify in court. And I said, that's where you start losing it. Like, here I am. I did everything I could to save your son's life, put my ass on the line.
You know how that went down, though, right, Mike? You know how that went down, right?
They settled out of court.
After the incident happened, you know that fucking lawyers were fucking banging the doors down.
Oh, absolutely. And
I'm
like,
they were ambulance chasing. You know how that
that's
goes.
the bullshit. So you want to talk about my faith in humanity?
About millions. They was talking about millions.
My faith in humanity has been fucking shattered. I will do everything and anything for that person who can do nothing for themselves, but fuck these other people out there that freaking make us. Like you said, they got this kid right now, the Kansas City firefighter medic that just got murdered by the lady in the back of the ambulance. And here they are out there fucking trying to justify. They're trying to justify this lady's stabbing this medic, and he was white and she was black. I'm like, you're trying to justify that? I said, this man was there to help you, and you stabbed him in the back of the rig and the chest. You fucking piece of shit. And they're trying to make this a racial thing, and I'm like, it's only as racial as you want to make it. A piece of shit stabbed the medic, and we're trying to make excuses for that shit. And
She's
I said,
fucking
that's
crazy,
that's where I lose faith in humanity. I'm like,
She's
fuck
fucking
these people.
insane.
I
I'll
don't got
take
no
care of
faith
my
in any
own.
of you
I'll
bitches.
take care of my
honestly.
people, but fuck these people.
Yo, what
Just
up,
like
you
that
bitch
lady
bitches?
that was eating that cat. She's fucking nuts.
She was eating some pussy.
Damn.
This is the thing. There's a lot of crazy people in this world, man. And once you see that they crazy, like get the fuck away from them.
I think y'all motherfuckers are crazy. You know what I'm saying? So what you saying?
Get the fuck
I'm
away
trying
from
to figure out how I got looped in with all you guys. Because I'm crazy. I'm fucking lunatic. So
Oh,
they go
we
right
see
there.
that. We definitely see that. Yeah.
I mean, you just a dirty bitch like everybody else, man.
Oh,
Damn
yeah.
right.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
know, I feel like this kid that you were talking about saw his mom sucking fucking dick. And that's why he tried the shish kebab shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, probably
It's a
so.
distinct possibility.
He should have
Shish
knew,
kebab.
like, you know, hey, there's
And
a
he
difference
choked to
between
death,
a
dog.
dick and a shish kebab. You know what I'm saying?
Shish
So hold up.
kebab.
You couldn't pull the shish kebab out? How the Bama choked to death?
Shish kebab.
He actually stabbed the back of his throat and was bleeding in the back of his throat because the shish kebab pierced his throat.
He's like, hey, Mom, watch me eat this glizzy. Oh, wait a minute, Mom, you're not there. Never mind.
Hey, Mike.
That reminds me, hold on, I'll go back to you, Hooligan. That reminds me of this girl.
Hey,
I used
Buck,
to go to
that was
school
funny,
with.
Buck.
I'll
No, it
never
wasn't.
forget this shit.
Yeah,
I
it
used to
was.
go with this girl.
Hell yeah.
And this girl said to me, she said, I have magical powers. Do you want to see me put this pin in my throat?
God damn.
And she stuck the whole fucking pin in her throat, yo. And I was only like 16 years old. And I was like, wow, you
I'd have
do
been like-
have magical powers.
I'd have been like, my dick bigger than that pin.
Hey, Bubs, you got that video that I sent you that with them guys on the back of that tow truck?
No, I didn't download that one.
I think Bubs does have a video about a guy jumping.
No, yeah, that's what I was just showing because it's some funny as shit, yo.
Check us out
people
tonight.
say he fell. That motherfucker jumped, bro.
What happened, Joe?
Tonight live on Twitch.
Go
9
ahead,
to
good.
11,
Tell us
you
about
guys.
it.
This
He's trying to
motherfucker
catch
was
a
in my
ball.
neck of
He was
the
at the
woods,
Pittsburgh Pirates game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Bama
Watch this
fell.
Bama. Watch him. He jumps.
We're gonna be lunching tonight on Twitch, y'all.
Look, he stands
From 9
up
to
and
11.
jumps.
Check us
You
out.
can't see it.
Bubs has started screen sharing.
Oh, he's fucked up. Oh, he's
Don't worry. Everybody close their eyes. He's
There
jumping.
it is. There it is. We can see it now.
he flipped too. Look.
He flipped like 6
No, he
pounds.
didn't. He was trying to catch the ball.
He caught
That's
the
fucking
ball.
crazy. I feel like that's some
Ball.
shit Buck would do. Like the
That's
motherfucker
definitely something I
literally.
would do. Definitely so. Look,
Look
Mom,
at me,
no
I can
hands.
fly.
I fucking dropped my
damn.
beer. Let me go catch it.
God
Yo,
damn.
let's talk about what actually happened in that
What
situation.
actually
This is
happened,
right-
dog?
This is right down the road from me. So
That's
you
right.
know,
You
tell
in
us about
Pittsburgh. That's right. It
Right.
happened in Pittsburgh. Yeah.
right. So I got some insight in this, but number one, so the dude was a local. He's underage and he's
He's
drunk.
a local fool.
Yeah, he's underage. So he's like, I think he's like 19 or 20 years old, right?
All right.
He's at the game. He's wasted. He's wasted.
Yep.
White
And-
boy wasted.
He was shirtless, and I don't know if y'all could see that on the video. He was
Shirtless in Seattle.
Yep. He looked.
Yep.
He looked pantless too, but I don't know.
No, he had his shorts on, but he had ripped his shirt off to celebrate some play earlier in the prior inning or something.
Like
He
Hulk
was
Hogan.
drunk, and what the people around him said is that he jumped up from his seat, and he was like had his hands on the bar, and he like jumped up from the seat, but he lost control of
He
himself. and
pulled. He
stumbled
pulled
forward
himself.
and flipped, and ended up falling and flipping like that.
Yep. He
So-
was flipping and tripping.
Yeah. So the motherfucker, I mean, my thing is, they should be asking, since everybody's all about litigation and everything, they should be asking, and I'm sure it's going to come up,
How do you
how
get
is a
the alcohol?
motherfucker that's underage drunk in the stadium like that?
Yep.
That's what's going to happen.
Oh no,
He
Sue
was
was feeding them beers.
Yeah,
It
somebody
matter.
was
He just
feeding
snuck
him.
in some shit or
Maybe
he
Buck.
probably pre-gamed.
Oh, and they actually,
Hell
they
yeah,
actually
hanging
said
with Buck. Hell yeah.
they said he was drinking in the stadium because that actually what happened when he was celebrating and he ripped his shirt off. He dumped beer all over himself and ripped his shirt off, I think is what happened.
Damn.
This is good. This is good. So I know we've all been in this situation before where we're feeding somebody beers, right?
Oh, yeah.
How would you feel if you're at a game with like your little nephew or something, and you're like, yeah, I'll give you a beer, and he does some stupid shit like this. You know what I mean? How the fuck do you explain that to his parents?
Well, yeah.
I blame it on Trump.
TDS in the house. He has TDS. Don't pay no mind to him.
Hey, so
What is TDS?
He has TDS, the little psychiatrist who has no self-control.
What is TDS? Because I've been hearing a lot about it lately, but no one ever tells me.
Trump derangement syndrome.
It's rabies.
Oh, is that what it is?
I like it, hooligan.
Derangement
Trump
syndrome.
derangement syndrome. I love
So,
it.
so you know, just because I like to poke the bear, right?
Okay.
So, one thing I think that we should do on this show
Hey, this is not that kind of show. Don't be poking no bear.
I think that when Trump does some dumb shit, we have to acknowledge that too, right?
Absolutely.
The fact that Trump was on a fucking live interview and he kept saying, but you saw it said MS-13, knowing that shit was Photoshop. And the guy said, no, it was Photoshop.
Breeze,
It was
Breeze.
Photoshop.
Did you see it, Breeze?
Nah.
It was proven that it was
I'm gonna
Photoshop.
pull it up for Breeze, and Breeze is a editing master. Like
He's a Photoshop specialist.
I'm gonna pull it up for Breeze
I
because
am.
Breeze, that's what he does. Like he's a professional.
Show me the picture where it doesn't have it on there. Because every
Hold on.
media outlet since that very second has it. Show me
The
something
image-
that doesn't have it. Show me
So
the
there
side
was
by side.
two photos. The one showed it actually had MS-13 written on it, like that was edited. But then there's other ones that have the symbols.
Those are real.
Right. But Trump is actually
that shit
talking
up top,
about the Photoshopped photo.
Hey yo,
where it says MS-13.
that shit is a cheap. Man, it look cheap.
I'm trying to say
It look cheap.
It's like one of those
It look like
paycheck
I
pro
did that
jokes.
shit.
Yeah.
Fake as shit.
Nah, man,
Grills,
your
you
daughter
are
did
poking
that
the bear,
shit.
man. You're gonna get the TLB all mad in here,
That
man.
shit
That
cheap
shit is
as
just,
hell,
like, so
yo.
obvious. I understand if somebody hasn't dealt with that shit, doesn't really know like what to look for.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Because that's only reasonable.
Nah.
But for somebody who
You ain't
knows,
even gotta know what to look for. That look, man, that
Look,
don't look that cheap.
This is what fucked me up about it. So Bob
and
sent
he
it to me,
completely
right?
denied it. Like, no, it's real. It's real.
That motherfucker's off a
this is
dipper.
the funny thing. So Bob sent the shit
President
to me.
Trump is off the dipper.
And I took up for Trump. I said, no, I said, Bubs, nah, he's talking about the marijuana leaf being the M, the skull, the smiley face being the S, the dagger being the 1, and the skull being the 3. And Bubs said,
And that's all alleged. That has not been proved. That is all. I mean, it can be proved. It can be proved, but prove it.
Maybe watch some hearings. Maybe watch some of those hearings they have when they bring in all the experts. They tell you
I'm sure all that would be all over social media, so I'll wait for it.
Well, but this,
Mike,
but this is
you know-
the funny thing, though.
Maybe you
Hold
can
on.
post
So
it.
then, look, he says to me, hold on, Ethel. So then he says to me, he says, no, watch the video. So when I watch the video, Trump's like, no, you can see the MS-13 on his hand. And I'm like, oh, Trump lunching like a motherfucker. He off the dippers, cuz.
Yeah, man.
Well,
I'm trying to
so-
tell you, dog.
I'll sit there and tell you, but when you look at the media and stuff, so you remember back in the day when they had the California fires, just going back to when his
Trump
first
fucked up.
presidency, when they talk about, why can't they just rake the forest? And,
what is
y'all remember that when he made the comment about raking the forest and about the forest fires? And everybody, what are we going to do, get rakes? They actually have bulldozers that are rakes that are fucking, so people are very dishonest about this. The reporting in the media is very dishonest about, and we go back, remember that video we talked about where they had all the radio stations all reporting the same shit during COVID? So mainstream media, like pretty much if it's in mainstream media right now, it's garbage and you shouldn't pay attention to it. You got to go off the grid. I'm probably tell you right now, this group of fucking frat boys right now, we probably have more up-to-date news than the fucking mainstream media does. And that should scare the fuck out of everybody because we're all drinking and high.
Hey, Skrulls, I got a question.
Hey, yo, why
Skrulls.
don't you shut the fuck up? You trying to get us killed and shit.
Skrulls,
You know
I got
what
a
I'm
question.
saying?
I can see, like, look,
He trying to get us assassinated.
looking at the tattoo, I can see where the M is marijuana M, and then the smiley is the S. How is the cross a 1 and the skull 3? I'm not sure.
So what they're saying is that he was in MS-13 and that they're cover-up tattoos. So if you had a 1 on your finger, the way that you would cross it, the way that you would cover it up would be a cross.
So all that is alleged.
Weak as fuck.
Right? All this
It's
is
all
alleged.
But I'm gonna tell you this much.
What's not alleged is that MS-13 was photoshopped, correct?
You know there was a house that
Right, but also, you know what else is not alleged?
What's that?
What else is not alleged
That
is
you're a dirty bitch?
that he was locked up, and I saw this on Hooligan where he got pulled over, and he had 8 guys in a fucking car.
But he didn't get arrested that night.
Because they can't arrest him.
They let him go.
Not only that,
8 guys in the
All
car.
right, let's put this into context. Let's put this into context. I'm saying,
dude, this shit is crazy.
let's put
What's
this
up?
into context.
What's up?
So he
illegally,
repping
right?
clown car.
Okay.
I came over illegally, right?
Right.
And my boys are still back home.
Uh-huh.
And my boys are coming.
All right.
And they're like, yo, pick me up, dog.
All right.
Scoop me, dog.
Right.
That's what happened.
He
Yeah.
drove down. He scooped him up.
Yeah.
Got him over. It's not, I mean, they put this
But
word.
that's human trafficking,
And look,
though.
yeah, right. That's the word. That's the word. That's
'Cause
that
they're illegal.
horrible word that they put on human trafficking, which also could be like sexual human trafficking.
Yeah, I
It could
thought
be
he was
people-
smuggling bitches.
And the first thing you think about when you hear human trafficking is people in the back of fucking, these dark U-Hauls and they're
Giving people
sweating
blowjobs.
and they haven't eaten. No, these guys
Assholes
got picked
wide
up by
open.
their boy. He scooped them up just like they would in the hood. You know what I'm saying? They scooped them up and they drove off.
Right.
I mean, come on, let's be real about that.
Yeah,
Can we all, like on that level.
All right.
But what you're failing to realize is that you're placating one criminal activity for stuff that's actually really real.
Bro, I've been a criminal, bro. I've committed so many fucking crimes in my motherfucking life,
You
dog.
smoke fucking weed and probably stole fucking paper.
No, bro, I'm not gonna get so I have committed some fucking crimes, dog.
So
but
I
still
could be
bubblegum
locked up
from the
now.
Chinese.
Still.
But did you get caught?
No, I didn't.
But
I still
here's the
did
point.
it. I still
Where do we
did it.
But where do we draw the line, Mike? Where do we draw the line?
I'm just saying, like, he went and picked his boys up probably or some
No,
shit.
but you know damn well he was trafficking them. Why are you even saying that?
Yes, technically by law, he was trafficking. Technically by law, he was trafficking. But that puts this crazy, horrible, spooky connotation. That horrible South American guy trafficked 4 or 5 of his boys over the line.
One of them
trafficking.
He
scooped him. He scooped
Yeah,
him.
but you
Let's use the word scoop.
But why do we have to tolerate? I mean, again, you're a citizen, so if you get locked up, you're going to go to jail. But why do we have to tolerate crime
Why did they let
in
him
this
go?
country?
Why did they let him go?
Because they
of the fucking
had
laws.
the Biden's laws.
The law. Exactly. That was the law. So if that was the law, what law did he break? If that was the law, what law did he
Mike,
break?
come on. You know they got activist
I'm being
prosecutors.
real. See, y'all not being real with this shit. If that was the law, what law did he break?
So you mean to tell me every time you got one of these prosecutors who fails to actually enforce the law that illegally does that? So Larry Krasner, who refused to prosecute somebody.
Trump has
for fucking-
broken how many fucking laws?
He hasn't broken-
Constitutional laws.
What laws? What
Trump
laws?
has broken every
Freedom of
fucking law. Let's
speech.
not try to play
Freedom
like
of
he didn't.
speech.
What? How's he broken freedom of speech?
He defunded fucking NPR and all of fucking
That's not freedom of
CP3.
speech.
Yeah, yes it is, because he didn't like what they were saying.
No. Why
Yeah,
is
no,
that
bro,
government-
that's what he said. He didn't like what
But
they
why
were
is-
saying.
Why is the
Because
government?
it didn't fit his agenda. He calls
No,
it
but
fake
why
news.
is the government paying for that? Why is the government paying for that in the first
Because
place?
it is a public service. Nobody is getting paid for it. Nobody is
Bullshit.
lining their pockets for it. Nobody is getting their pockets lined. Like I
Rapist,
said earlier,
liar,
Mike.
pedophile,
Like I said earlier,
rapist,
Mike.
liar,
You weren't here.
pedophile, rapist, liar, pedophile.
You weren't here earlier, Mike, but I said that my company where I work used to get that CPB, but for some stupid reason, for people in the company that didn't do what they were supposed to, we lost it. Okay, but if we were still dependent upon that shit, your boy over here, Bubs motherfucking Beats, would be out of a fucking job right now, bruh. But that's okay. But that's okay.
And your fam
Just
don't even
because
care.
that's
They
okay.
rather
And I'm
suck
telling
Donald
you,
Trump's
I'll
dick.
guarantee you, he's gonna come for us next because I guarantee you, they don't like what we talk about.
But why?
They don't like what we talk about. So what if your boy loses his fucking job because he doesn't like what we talk about? And all I do is push buttons, bro. All I do is push buttons. All I do is push buttons. I don't say shit.
Why? Why?
But
should
I'll
the
lose
government...
my job. Okay, that's fine. I understand what you're saying. It's okay.
Let's not make this personal, Mike. Let's not make this personal.
It is personal. If you're not gonna say, "Hey, Bubs, that would be fucked up," and because he did that shit, man, that's some fucked up shit.
He would
hear that from you, dog.
But my personal stance is that the government.
Because you don't.
I'm anti-government. The government should not be funding any of that.
They should because it's a public service. But we fund fucking big ass corporations where one billionaire gets money. You're not making sense. You're making no fucking funded Elon Musk is fucking putting the money in his fucking pocket. But you can't put it in a pocket for an organization who is fucking serving the public and there's nobody at the top getting rich off of it. It's just workers getting paid. That is bullshit.
That's socialism.
That's bullshit, bro.
That's socialism.
Back.
The government
part
should
of it.
not be...
Well, that's fine. Put the whatever label you want. I call it humanitarianism, my brother. Because if I lose my job from it, I'm gonna call you so you can pay my motherfucking rent.
Probably will because I pay the taxes.
Preach it, preach. Fuck
I'm gonna call you personally because do you understand that less than 1% of your taxes goes to that, but more than fucking 35 to 40% of your taxes goes to economic colonization, but you don't care about that.
Oh no, Mike, I don't want any
You don't care
of
about that.
But let's deep throat.
Just as long as you're okay.
Let's deep throat Donald Trump though and act like he's a fucking saint and a scholar.
Fuck if Bubs loses his job, it don't matter because Trump didn't like what WPFW said. Bubs loses his job, it doesn't matter.
Mike, tell me something.
Just as long as no fucking federal government money's coming.
If you really believe that, then I'll tell you, there's.
I seen it with my own motherfucking eyes. That's why he did it because he calls it fake news.
Yeah, you know what
he calls it
about?
fake fucking news.
We ain't brainwashed sheep like you are, Ethel.
And because he's in control of the funding, he was able to do that because he didn't like what they were fucking putting online.
But that's government in general.
Sounds like a fucking dictator to me. Sounds like a fucking dictator to me. When I emphasize the word dick.
That's right.
But the point of the matter is, but that's the way. So when Biden cut all the programs out, where they cut all the freaking military programs and laid all the guys off and forced us all out because we didn't want to take the fucking
2% of the fucking budget. Give me a fucking break.
Talk about Biden. He wasn't president, but nobody
2% of the budget.
But it has nothing to do with that. It's an unconstitutional spending.
Facts and numbers.
It's unconstitutional spending. The United States government should not be subsidizing.
He also wants to break the fucking Constitution, trying to run for another fucking term as well. The Constitution says you can't do that.
Mike, where's that at? That's
where's it at? You want me to look it up where it stays? Yeah, they put it in right after FDR came in and put into the Constitution where no president can go more than 2 terms.
No. Yeah, and how can he do that?
Okay, you tell me.
Yeah.
Why is he talking about it? Why is he talking about it? Why is he talking about it? He's going to find a loophole. He's going to find a way because he's a fucking dictator.
You do realize that Obama just freaking ran the last 4 years, right?
No, he didn't. Prove it.
No, he didn't.
Prove it.
He even said it. They got him on fucking video. There's a way they can do it.
Show me the fucking money.
He can be president again.
No, he can't.
Obama can't.
Yes, he can. He cannot be elected.
But they found a loophole.
He cannot be elected.
Oh, he would have to be appointed.
Yeah, like a dictator.
Oh yeah.
It would
Got him right there, Bob.
Yeah. Somebody
Appointed
would
like a dictator. No more democratic society, which we really aren't anyway, because that's a fucking sham.
No, we're a republic. We're not a democracy.
A democratic republic. They call it a democratic republic.
No, we're not a democratic republic. We're a republic. We're a constitutional republic.
Yes, thank you.
The word democracy is not used anywhere.
No.
Thank you.
Nowhere in the Constitution?
It's not. We're not a democratic.
It's nowhere in the Constitution.
It shouldn't. We're not a democracy.
If you have the able, quote unquote, to vote for your leader, that is the definition of a democratic society.
We are a constitutional.
If you elect your official, if you elect your leader, that is a democratic society.
So Gorbachev wasn't elected.
Look it up. Don't believe me. Check it out.
Gorbachev wasn't elected.
Motherfucking stained head.
But we all know that's a sham anyway. We all know that's some bullshit anyway.
Zelensky wasn't
like
elected.
somebody banged his dick on his head.
I get it this way. Taxation is theft.
That's some wild shit.
Federal
I
government's
just can't comprehend, bro. I just really can't.
I'm
trying to be an understanding person and shit. I do. I really, really do. But it just makes no sense to me how people can't really see the writing on the wall.
But I think
over loyalty.
I think the writing on the wall is that every president comes in, they benefit somebody a little bit, and that's about it. Then the next president comes in and he changes everything and he benefits somebody a little bit, and that's about it.
Well, like I said, my stance is the ATF is unconstitutional, the EPA is unconstitutional, the IRS is unconstitutional.
I want to know who benefited from Joe Biden, the pedophile.
Yo, mama is unconstitutional.
Damn,
Donald Trump is a fucking pedophile.
Why does it always have to go back to Joe Biden? Is that all y'all have is Joe Biden and Obama?
I can tell
Is that all Trump people got is Joe Biden, Obama, and Michael, Michelle, John, whatever her name is?
Robinson.
Is that all y'all got?
Hold on. Let me chime in here.
It ain't got shit to do with Biden. Biden ain't got nothing to do with it now.
Michael,
the poor benefited. Hold on.
It got shit to do with now. We talking about what the dictator is doing.
The immigrants benefited from Joe Biden.
Y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see. When y'all start feeling that shit, and when you start seeing your loved ones motherfucking feeling that shit, y'all gonna see.
Okay.
Skrills.
So
I gotta make one
benefit from Joe Biden, just not
if
me.
you care.
What'd you say,
I got to make one brief important point to break all this.
Make sure it's important.
To break the monotony of all that hardcore dancing it's got.
Baby Doug.
Has anyone ever noticed that Ethel sounds like the teacher from Charlie Brown?
Yeah.
I just had to throw that out there.
I can tell you one thing.
Here we go, y'all.
I'll tell you one thing nobody's noticed yet is your fucking neck.
Oh,
baby,
damn.
Hey, come on, bitch. Let's go. Hey, listen, don't be mad because you haven't got the deep throat Donnie Trump lately, bitch. Let's go. Let's take it. She's like,
no, seriously. Let's be honest, right? Every president benefits somebody, right? So Joe Biden, you said, who does Joe Biden benefit? He benefited immigrants.
Ukraine and
he
Boeing
benefited
and Lockheed Martin.
He benefited a lot of old people. You know what I'm saying?
One thing for the record, I hate my voice too, so I'm right with you on that, psychiatry.
Buddy.
Oh my God! Are we building a love connection here? But no, seriously, everybody is benefited by a president. Now I can tell you who's never benefited by the president: the middle class. They're never.
Or the lower class. Don't forget them. Because
the lower class.
Don't forget them. If they're getting welfare or not, they're still fucking suffering, bro. Come on.
But they're not only getting welfare. They also get. They don't only get welfare. They get health. They get free
fucked up
healthcare.
ass attitude, a fucked up ass life.
Do you get free healthcare? You don't.
It was pretty good when Reagan was president. Money was plentiful when he was president.
Trickle down economics.
Yeah, because of Iran Contra. You remember that?
We breaking them off.
You remember that?
We should be doing that now.
Exactly.
No.
Fuck them motherfuckers. Let's get them.
Filtering all those billions and billions of dollars for out of Colombia for all the arms.
That money was going in my pocket. So
And then what they did was they took that money and traded it for fucking cocaine, and they turned the cocaine into crack and flooded LA with fucking crack. Wow.
You can make crack with this.
They should do that now.
You can make crack. Yeah, exactly.
Everything was best under Bill Clinton.
Get everybody the shit.
Bill Clinton was the best president.
I remember being in grade school and Catholic school, and when he was a man, I remember everybody thinking like, "Oh shit, man, the Antichrist is here." I swear, Reagan.
Check us out live tonight on Twitch from 9 to 11, y'all. 9 to 11, late night luncheon tonight. 9 to 11 on Twitch. Check us out.
I was in the studio the night that Bill Clinton was made president, whatever you call that shit. I was in the fucking studio at Michael Hughes Renegade Studios with Monster Lone.
Oh yeah. Shit.
I remember, remember when he went on Arsenio Hall and Arsenio was like, ooh, 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 ooh.
Yeah, that was some bullshit, man. That was some
he started
bullshit.
playing the sexy saxophone.
That was the big pandering. I wonder how much they paid fucking Arsenio for that shit. That's
exactly. That was the equivalent of
Kamala.
That was the equivalent of Kamala Harris with the twerker.
Nigga playing the
Blues Brothers sunglasses, fucking tooting his horn.
Goofy as a motherfucker.
I mean, it sounded good, but it was whack because I knew what he was
white
doing.
the thing to be.
I mean,
What's crazy about this shit? I remember, like, really, like, I felt the same way then as I do now. I was like, yo.
Damn right.
Y'all should know me, man. Y'all know me. Some of y'all know me for fucking 50 years plus. You know, some of y'all know me for a little bit of time, but y'all should know me. I don't fuck with none of them. None of them care about us. That's what I subscribe to, because they never have, and they never will.
They not like us.
Because it's not just them. It's not just them. It's just they're a leader of a society that will never survive, that can't survive without a poverty class. Capitalism can't survive without a poverty class, so they have to maintain that shit, and somebody's got to be fucking poor.
Yep.
Well, no, they got to be poor because they got to be able to fight. They got to be able to buy their votes. That's the only reason you got to have a poor class. You got to buy the votes. So right now
they still lose a lot, though. They still lose a lot, though.
The party of the poor is the Democrats.
Even with that vote, they lose a lot because usually that fucking vote is probably how many percent? About 8% of the vote.
You see,
and now you can't say that the poor white folks are voting Democratic like they used to, because they don't.
Right. Well, and the poor black folk. Also, the thing, like you said, the poor,
most poor black folks don't vote. Let's get that clear. Most poor black people don't vote.
Yeah, they do.
Not really. The older ones, older poor people, but not the younger. They don't.
Nah,
right.
They don't give a fuck about that shit. I don't give a fuck about that shit either, but for different reasons.
Yeah, but you see who they grooming to be the next president, though, right? You see AOC out there. They did.
It can't happen. That's impossible. Don't even count on that. Just count that out.
You talking about the bald head black dude?
Nah.
Who? No, they're talking about the Hispanic chick.
Cortez or whatever.
Who?
The bartender.
Ocasio-Cortez, the girl, the left-wing liberal, whatever. But women can't be presidents, so it doesn't matter.
The one that fucked over her.
If they put her in there, if they put her as the one running, I will guarantee you 100%, whoever is running against her will win.
Yeah.
She can't win.
That's true. I agree with that.
A woman will never be president of the United States unless she was born a man.
Yeah. Like,
she might win. You never know.
I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing.
Where the fuck is Buck at?
I ain't saying nothing.
Buck's up there. He went up there, Joe.
Yeah, wonder what happened to Buck.
He went up there.
Subscribe now on YouTube.com. It's Late Night Luncheon, LATENITELU.